Hello everybody and welcome back to my channel. If you've been here before, if you haven't, it's great to see you. Please subscribe, please like, please leave me a comment, let me know your thoughts. If you have any questions, please send them to me. I love hearing from you. And this page is all about hairdressing, whether you're a hairdresser yourself, whether you're looking into being one, you're training, or you just want some great hair tips and advice, please follow my page. So today's video is all about summer. Here in the UK, we have just hit the school summer holidays. The kids have broke up and we've got 6-7 weeks ahead of us. Although today we've got grey, we've got a bit of cloud, but the rain has held off so far. But in some countries, we have extreme weather. We have some real hot countries going on. There's fires going on. It's awful. My heart goes out to all of you that are being affected by this weather. But if you're lucky enough to be going away somewhere that isn't affected by these extreme heat, I've got some great tips for you today on how you can keep your hair looking amazing, keep it strong and keep it healthy. So keep watching, let's get into it. So we've all been there, we've all come back off holiday and your hair just doesn't feel as it does. It just feels dry, it feels rough, you feel like you need another haircut, it's gone dull, it's brittle. This is all effects that the sun can have on your hair, especially right now. The sun is so strong. Not only that, mix that with your pool that's full of chemicals, you know, with all your chlorine and everything to keep it clean, and the sea. I mean, that, you know, when you're coming out of the sea and your hair is just matted and disgusting and you think you're never going to get a brush through it again, all of these things can affect your hair. 9 out of 10 of you, you know, especially my clients, will come and have their hair done prior to go on holiday because they want to go on holiday and feel good. They want their hair to look nice in their photos and they just want to feel their best. It's what we work all year for, right? To go on holiday. So we want to feel our best when we go. But what the sun can actually do is actually reverse all of that work that you've done or had done to your hair. So it's really important that you take that little bit of extra time just to look after your hair, because in the end the damage that it could actually cause could be irreversible and you could end up having to have, you know, loads cut off your hair to fix, you know, where it's splitting, where it's really damaged on the ends. So I've created a few little steps for you to follow while you're on holiday, while you're in the sun, while you're anywhere that the humidity, you know, and the rays of the sun, the sea, it can all affect you. So my first bit of advice to you is the obvious. I say it to all of my clients: wear a hat. The sun not only will strip colour from your hair because it's so strong, it will totally damage and dry out your hair. The effects that heat has on hair, it completely changes the internal structure. It weakens it, it ruins your cuticle, it causes porosity, and it really isn't good for the condition of your hair. So wear a hat, keep it covered up. Now, not all hats are protective of the sun either, so I would keep a lookout if you know, on what you're buying. If you're buying a hat purposely to cover your hair up, just check that it's, you know, got the full coverage on there. A good straw hat is very good because it's all obviously intertwined and weaved together and creates that good strong barrier between your hair, your head and the sun. But obviously wearing a hat. Now, I know some of you sun worshippers will be like, well, there's no way I'm going to wear a hat. How am I going to get a tan on my face if I'm wearing a hat? But trust me, it's worth it. Just while you're out wandering the streets, doing what you do, just keep that hat on. And you can, all summer hats don't have to be awful. You know, I'm not expecting you to wear a big wide brimmed hat, but just anything just to protect your hair, just to give that little bit of extra coverage on your hair is going to help. Another benefit of wearing a hat and keeping your head covered up is for those of you that do have your hair coloured, and right before you've paid all of that money to have your roots done, your colour refreshed, your blonde highlights done and your silvery toner put on top, the sun will strip that out of your hair. It will lift, it will The heat will open your cuticles and strip a few layers of colour out. So you will come back feeling lighter, which is why happens. We've all got someone that says, oh, I always go lighter. My hair always goes really light in the summer. It's not a good thing. It's not a natural thing that's happening. It is the sun literally stripping your hair colour lighter through the shades. You know, it's not great. It's stripping it. It's never going to be good for it. But if you want to keep your colour at its maximum, at its best, as its most optimus, is that a word? Optimum? Yeah, let's go with that. For longer, then obviously it's another reason to wear a hat. So this is for those of you with long hair and especially kids. I had a lot of questions come to me with how can parents keep their kids nice, because when they come out of the sea, out of the pool, it's just all stuck together, tangled, complete mess, and then trying to comb through it and brush through it is just an absolute nightmare. So it's as simple as plait the hair. When you plait the hair, you're putting it all in nice and tightly, you're putting it in all the movements, it's secure. So if you just put 2 French plaits if it's long enough, or 1 down the side, 2 down the sides, just put some plaits in with a nice tight bobble, it will completely help when your kids or you are in the sea or the pool. It will stop that nastiness. Then once you're done, you can take your plaits out and it will all stay nice, and you can just brush it through so much easier. One thing not to forget, when you are wearing your hair up or putting plaits and you haven't got a hat on and you are exposed to the sun, make sure you apply sun cream to your scalp. Your scalp has the same skin that is all over your body, and you put sun cream everywhere, but we tend to forget our heads, especially the men. You look on holiday, there's a lot of men with burnt heads walking around. That's because we seem to forget to put the sun cream on there. But just like a flower can't grow in concrete and dry, horrible soil, our hair can't grow in awful dry scalp. So if you've damaged your skin through sunburn, the hair that grows through is going to be weak because it's having to battle through this awful dry skin and this surroundings. So like a flower needs fresh, beautiful soil and air and light to grow, so does your hair. So by looking after your skin on your scalp, by putting the sun cream, by not letting it get sun damage or burnt, your hair is going to be at its best. It's going to be thicker. You're not going to get any hair loss, any weaker, any hair breakage, because you're keeping that scalp as strong and healthy as it possibly can be. Well, my third tip to you is avoid all heat products. So when we're on holiday, it's so hot sometimes. You're like, I can't be bothered just to sit and dry your hair. And why? This is my biggest thing. Why, if you're in a 35-degree heat, why are you straightening your hair? Like, we all sweat. We all know what happens when we sweat. That beautiful, straight, sleek hair isn't going to stay that way if you're going out in the sun and you're getting hot and you're sweating. The humidity will make it curl up. It will make it frizz slightly. That hair ain't staying straight and smooth for long. So please, if you are in these hot countries, don't take your straighteners. Don't use them. Don't do it. All you're doing is damaging your hair for no reason whatsoever for 10 minutes walking down the road. The good thing about it being hot is you can just let yourself hair dry. So avoid heat products. Just wash your hair, get out the shower, sit on the balcony, get yourself a little bit of oil to run through it, because that will calm down with the frizziness as well. Obviously a professional oil from your local salon. Run that through when it's wet, and again when it's dry you can, and that will just calm down the frizziness, and it will give it a bit of a treatment as well, because professional oils tend to have a treatment within them, so it's going to do a bit of repairing as well. But yeah, cut out the any heat products. We don't need to be drying our hair, or go back to your plaits. Just put some nice plaits in, pull few bits down, and that's going to save, because you're not adding on with the heat as well as everything else. If you're going to ignore everything I say and you decide that you want to straighten your hair, because yes, it does look beautiful and shiny and glossy, I can only go up by myself really, please make sure you use a Heat Protect product. It's so important. It's the one thing that everybody should be using on their hair if you're using heated tools. So make sure you take a Heat Protect product with you. And if you're going to do any hair drying or straightening or curling, then make sure that you apply that first. So our fourth one, was it fourth? I think so, is about the shampooing and conditioning. So obviously shampoo and conditioners are sometimes provided by hotels. You get them in the shower in them little pots. Try not to use them. Please take your own. I'm not entirely sure what they are half the time, but there's one thing for sure, and I don't think they condition all that well. If you're going to, then use the shampoo, but please take your own conditioner. So shampoo will clean your hair of product, grease, build up dirt. So that's one thing, but the conditioning is the important bit. That's the bit that's going to moisturize. It contains proteins, oils, any beneficial elixirs that can be added to your hair to help it be healthier. So take your own conditioner and make sure it's for moisturizing, because anything with nuts in is going to be really, really good. This is why we like to use coconuts and things like that in our shampoos, almonds, macadamia. All of these things are really, really good for moisturizing. So take your own conditioner, and while you're, if you're out in the sun, put some conditioner on, give yourself a bit of a treatment. It will create a bit of a barrier as well from the sun, but it's just going to help hydrate and moisturize anything that the sun has taken out of it, and it will just give it that bit of an extra boost. Now you can get products for your hair specifically for the sun that contain a UV protection in them. I would highly recommend using one. Have a look, ask your stylist, go in your local salons and ask what products they have, or have a shop around online, see if you can see any, and then find somewhere that stocks it that's near you. Because UV protection as well as heat protection is really, really good. It will put a barrier on the hair and kind of seal it all off so that the sun is, your hair is protected from the sun the same way your skin is when you wear sun cream. So I like to use Wella. They do a really, really nice UV protection spray. So if you find one round near you, pop in. But yes, I highly recommend it. If you're out in the sun, like I say, we don't want to cause any more damage than we have to. So use a good UV protection. So thanks for watching. I hope you found that helpful, and at least we'll take one or two of those tips on holiday with you if you're lucky enough to be going abroad and into the sun this year. If you have any more questions or just want to reach out to me or talk to me, then please leave a comment below. I love hearing from you. Please subscribe and follow for all things hairdressing. And above all else, have an amazing summer and stay safe in the sun. Take care. Bye.